What is up, everybody? It's Steve today, and we're gonna talk about this new Sony TV show, The Last of Us, coming out, and a very concerning thing that just popped up. So apparently, the actor Pedro Pascal, who is famously known for being on the Mandalorian, playing the Mandalorian in the show The Mandalorian, and also being in Wonder Woman 1984 as like the main villain in that movie, but. He is playing in The Last of Us as a beloved character, Joel, in The Last of Us, and he revealed that he didn't play the video game at all. He didn't play the video game, or well, I don't expect this guy to actually play the video game. At least like watch the scenes of the video game to see how the character is. But it's very concerning if this guy did not play the video game. But this is what he said. But this is what happened. Pedro Pascal says he deliberately didn't experience too much of The Last of Us on PlayStation because he didn't want to imitate the video game version of Joel on screen. Now that is very concerning because you're supposed to be studying this character to play this role. You would think that's what these actors do. Like you've seen how these different crazy stories, how like especially like the actor Jared Leto, like he goes like really in depth to his acting, where he does like like with the Moria said, he actually pretend like he was paralyzed in real life. So they go to crazy enough to actually portray these characters. And this guy right here, he said he didn't even like really play the game. So it's definitely the most red flags with this TV show. People are saying a lot of red flags with this. Sometimes it's just good to stick to the source material, because I can think of like one movie, Batman vs Superman, where you had like Jesse Eisenberg playing Lex Luthor, and it's like his Lex Luthor was nothing like any version of Lex Luthor we have seen before. It was more like the Joker. It was like he didn't study anything about Lex Luthor, but he actually studied like the Joker and like gave his rendition of Lex Luthor as the Joker, which is pretty terrible. So hopefully there's not any red flags with this. From what I have seen, I think this guy is a pretty good actor. From the stuff I've seen with him in, it's pretty good so far. But yeah, a lot of people are not happy about this, so let's see what people got to say. While I appreciate wanting him to be his own Joel, I feel the whole video game adaptation thing requires you to mimic the in-game character. The show seems like it would be different enough to stand on its own, which is great news to me. I don't need a recreation of the game, so some people want him to do his own thing, so who knows? I'm like I said once again, I didn't like how Jesse Eisenberg did his own thing with Lex Luthor. I think you can do your own thing when it's a character that nobody really knows about. To be honest, like it's like a D-list character that nobody knows about. You can do your own thing with it, especially like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like they are very different from their comic counterparts. It was a lot of MCU stuff, but when it's like a beloved character like Joel in The Last of Us, one of Sony's biggest top exclusives, you gotta stick to them. You gotta stick to how the character is. To be honest, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out. To be honest, but he says honestly, this is an L in my opinion. I appreciate not wanting to imitate the video game version, but you are less aware of the culture, style, and feel of the game. It reminds me of when actors don't read the book, the movie they are starring in. It is based on. It comes off as lazy to me anyways. Not sure what to think about that. Knowing source material is important if you want to convey your role well. Yeah. I hope it turns out to be a good series. I think everybody wants this to be a good TV series, but it's a little concerning that he didn't like do any research. Like his research is very minimal at most, so very concerning right there. Well, if you can deliver the Joe character in the show his way, I am good with it. It's Pedro Pascal. I'm sure is gonna knock it out the park as Joel. Okay. He's basically saying that he doesn't want to be a Troy Baker imitator, which is a good thing. You don't have to imitate the actor in order to portray the role right. Trying to imitate a previous performance will only make your performance look less genuine. This is concerning. So people saying they're concerned about it. So this guy says this show is finna be mid-thin. I never want adaptations. Why don't they make interesting spin-offs? Or if they don't want to imitate perfection, that is the game. That's a mistake, I say. So it's a lot of different mixed opinions. Some people saying they're okay with it. Some people saying this is definitely a concern. This is not a good look. So I don't know. And I'm kind of leaning more towards the side where this is kind of concerning, because I've seen it several times. These guys did their own thing and it kind of ruined the character. Like especially like Dragon Ball Evolution. People finally wanted a live action Dragon Ball Z movie, and it was horrible because you could tell they didn't care about the source material whatsoever, and they did their own thing, and it turned out to be horrible. So there's too many bad examples of when they go off do their own thing like that. So I did have some hope seeing behind the scenes footage, but this is something I must talk about before I lose my marbles completely. Okay, not sure if this scares me or not. My expectations are so low. I have a funny feeling Pascal's portrayal is going to make me giddy for Abby's tennis match. I don't know how I feel about the decision. In any case, The Last of Us show runs the risk of being too similar to the games to the point where there's no reason to watch the show. We could just play the game. Big name actors are so hard for casting directors and producers to turn down that they're willing to risk the integrity of The Last of Us for short-term views and sales. Kind of good and bad. What's the point of adaptation that doesn't care about the source material? I don't know, because we did have the Resident Evil movies for a long time. Those movies were doing very well in the box office, and they lightly covered the Resident Evil story lore. So I don't know. They made those work, which a lot of people said those movies were awful. I thought they were okay, but they didn't follow the lore at all. So it's a mixed bag when they don't follow the story at that point. This guy says, "Man, cancel this us." Welp. I started The Last of Us Part 1 now 3 years with the game in hand. I'm enjoying it so much I already bought Part 2. Okay. How dare he not study about playing the games like 100 times / sarcasm. Obviously, you need to play that game many times, but it don't seem like he played the game very, very much at all. Like he probably played a few chapters, and that was it. Like I think that's like the extent he probably went into on those. Video game shows that deliberately ignore the source material is officially a new genre. Once again, the internet complains over The Last of Us. I get the concern after the Halo show, but this is way different. It's literally being worked on by the creators, and the Tomb Raider movie 2018 was hated because of how similar it was to the games. Again, the internet just STFU for once. LOL, this is like being a movie based on the book, and you're not reading the book. Yeah, it's kind of crazy if you think about it that way. If the show is exactly like the game that I don't want to watch it, I've already played the game numerous times. When it comes to the show, they need to appeal to the audience outside of just gamers. One thing I know is HBO knows how to make shows. That is kind of true. Like the network does have a record of making good shows, so you kind of gotta have some faith in that company because they got a track record of making good stuff already. So who knows? Let's see. I didn't study the source material because I didn't want to actually play the character I'm supposed to. This is exactly what I don't want, to be honest. That's pretty interesting. I was under the impression he had taken the role out of being a fan of the games, but of course it's not like he ever said that himself in the first place. This is really like I know it's about The Last of Us, but I still keep thinking about the Dragon Ball Z situation with Dragon Ball Evolution. Like we literally had a live action Dragon Ball Z movie being made, but they just butchered it completely. So, it's just like it's a lot of red flags popping up with this guy not portraying a character. I don't know. There's a lot of red flags popping up with this situation. People are losing their minds and the comments are hilarious. It's not like Pedro Pascal doesn't know S about The Last of Us. He just doesn't want to imitate Troy Baker's immaculate performance as Joel. Every actor has their own spin on things and that's totally fine. Calm your tits down. Okay. But that's what we want. Why do people do this? People in the comment section who are complaining about the news seem to forget a very crucial detail. Neil Druckmann is involved in the project. Pedro will do a fine job. Also, as a reminder, if you cry about The Last of Us 2, go lose your virginity. That's so random, but okay. This is one of the reasons why most video game adapted shows and movies do bad. While I agree that it doesn't need to copy and paste, you still need to do your homework, play the games through their entirety, and respect the lore. And this is why it will fail. What the f is the point of making narrative games into movies if you're not going to use respect the source material and use it to help the movie be better? I swear the Hollywood punks don't have an ounce of respect or humanity. I don't know. It's like it's definitely. I don't know. It's definitely. I can see both sides of you because people are saying it's like, why does it be a copy and paste? If it's just a copy and paste, I can just play the video game or just watch like a the just the cutscenes on YouTube. Then at that point, but some people saying like, hey, we wanted to respect the source material, respect the lore. So I don't know. So let me know down below. Do you think this is a good thing that he is not really? He's gonna put like this his own spin on the Joel character because he is like a very famous actor who's pretty much been in some good stuff so far, and it's like it's on HBO too, and HBO has been having a track record for making good stuff. So definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.